What's up, everybody? This is the Rabid Hedgehog, and this is going to be a news segment. Harley Davidson released a video about 4, possibly more, new motorcycles that are actually something completely and utterly different from what they normally do, and that actually has me happy. If you recall, I did a few videos ago. I was pretty harsh to the motor company, and the reason being is I'm tired of the way they've been doing things with parts bin engineering, which is literally taking the same motorcycle, changing up a few different components like the handlebars, the tank, maybe a bullet cowling, maybe not, putting forward mount versus mid mount, doing all that, and charging a lot more money for basically the same motorcycle as the one next to it. And that is stupid and ridiculous. But these models are completely different. The number one that we've seen is the LiveWire. We knew that one was coming. We have one that's got just a standard Street Fighter style front end that's bare naked, and then we've got one that's got a small cowl on it, which, okay, that's fine. And the LiveWire does look pretty cool, I think, in terms of the way it's presented, and that's something we noticed when it was a prototype back in 14 as well, which I did get a chance to play on one of those, and that was actually kind of cool. The second one that is absolutely out of the left field, which is awesome, is the Pan America. I'll put a picture there if you guys haven't seen it yet, but the Pan America is an awesome idea, and it looks actually like a modern ADV and how it should. Definitely going to be a tubeless spoked tire by the way it looks, so that means a good riding radial tire, not a bias ply. The front end of it has the full LED bar, looks pretty sweet. I mean, the way they got the exhaust, everything's protected and shielded, and even you can see a shield around the bottom part of the exhaust coming out of the bottom end of the frame, and it's upward incline. I mean, they did some thought on this thing. They actually got somebody that knew what they were doing when they designed it, and the name actually works, Pan America. I like that quite a bit. That's something I wasn't expecting from them. You're expecting like Dirt Glide or something stupid, which luckily they didn't do that. Thank goodness. The next one is the Street Fighter, which is on the same platform, sort of, kind of, as the ADV bike, the Pan America. Now, the thing about the Street Fighter is it doesn't have an official name. We know that Harley attempted to trademark Bronx. Of course, that's been seen a few places like motorcycle.com. I like to search the patent and trademark websites all the time, so that way I can take a look at things, and I actually did see this stuff coming. I noticed the engine patent, I noticed frame design patents, I noticed control design patents. I mean, the thing about that ADV bike too, which we'll go back to that for just a second, is Harley's got a patent that runs around out there talking about electronic control for shock absorbers. So we might have an electronically controlled shock set on that thing, and that's going to be pretty cool. Probably for the touring motorcyclists too, I'm hoping. Get away from the suspension they've been using for quite a while now. But it looks like probably there's a possibility that bad boy will have electronic. But back to the Street Fighter. We're hearing that this is a modular platform, and that the one that they're showing is actually a 975cc class, which is completely different from what most Harley Davidsons have ever been. We've seen 500, we've seen 750, 883, 1200, 1250, 1130, 1690, we can keep going on and on and on. But we've never seen a 975. We have seen a 60-degree V-twin, which the Night Rod did have. Some people are saying that this is the same engine, but really take a fine look at it. I'll put them side by side. This is not the same engine. This is a completely different engine. It is liquid cooled, but it is not the same. More than likely, we're going to be dealing with some more horsepower here. At least I'm hoping so. Let's hope that Harley Davidson does not mess this up, because these are cool looking bikes. This Street Fighter, way away from what they normally would have done. Way away from anything we could have imagined them coming out with. The next one, of course, is something being called the Custom. Now, they did try to trademark 48X as well. That might be what this one is, the 48X. Let me take some, proof here. We have forward mounted pegs. We have the big fat tires. We have the bob fender. And we have, that traditional 48 look, but we have the front end off of a fat bob, which is kind of interesting. You can see that light. At least it looks like the front end of a fat bob. but it's still pretty cool looking. It's still a departure from what is normal, but it is on that modular chassis. So we see 3 different bikes, 1 chassis. And in a way, the LiveWire looks like it's part of that chassis series too, which makes me wonder if there was a way to put the engine that's gasoline powered and also the electric motor into that same chassis. They kind of worked it out that way. That's a possibility, but let's face it here. The Sportster is probably dead. This is probably the redo of the Sportster. We're talking about engine sizes from 500 to 1250 cc in one platform, which also tells me more than likely the Street is also dead as well. Maybe for at least the United States. Excuse me, I've just been allergies all over Oklahoma recently, so I'm a little coughing up. So, excuse me. But when it comes down to it, we're talking about 500 cc's to 1250 cc. That's Street to Sportster. More than likely, just like Dyna Softail, they're going to merge these together. And this modular platform is probably going to take care of both, which that's okay. The Street has a ton of shortcomings, and the Sportster has been around since the 50s. Yes, there's been some changes here and there, but it's old. And it's gone. There's no way they're just going to retain the original Sportster. And this is all by 2020. So we might have a couple more years of each of those platforms, but by 2020, by the time they get these things rolling out, I'm betting you that we're going to learn that the Street's dead and the Sportster's dead, and we're moving forward with this new modular chassis, whatever that may be. Whatever the name is that might be as well. But it is a radical and cool departure. Now there's a couple other things I want to point out. Let's take a look at this picture. It's of them going down the racetrack, and you'll notice, look at the call letters across this motorcycle. FXDR. FXD is a Dyna chassis. R, of course, race. But FXDR? Now we know it's completely different from anything that's out there right now. Multi-piece handlebars. We see that that it has kind of a similar readout display of the Street Bob and the Breakout. We see that tiny LCD screen, but it's there, and it says FXDR. Makes me wonder if they're reviving the Dyna chassis name for this series, for this modular frame. I don't know. This is speculation. This is all brand new. This happened at 6 a.m. Then there's another one I want to point out. During all this, they're showing these designs on the computer and on drawing and on board and all this other stuff. Notice that they also have a clay model here and there. They're working on a clay model that looks like a little cafe racer. Let's show that picture here. So that might be like a 750 cafe style bike. Now that's similar to like the R9T Racer. This is pretty cool stuff coming from Harley Davidson. They say they're going to look toward their past to make stuff of the future, which is what everybody's been doing recently. But this looks pretty dang close to that R9T Racer concept. But I'm thinking probably a 750 take the place of the Street. A cafe racer, one that can brawl around town, and a cool motorcycle to go place to place with. So, that's my thoughts right now of this new Harley Davidson announcement. For now, I'm happy with it because it is finally true engineering. It is finally true ideas. Now, I know that I have to eat a little bit of crow there because this has obviously been in the making for a while. You can't just come up with a chassis in a couple of months. This has been happening for a few years. In fact, I was looking around and Project Nova kept coming up, and we had pictures of what looked like the Street Fighter with a 4-cylinder engine. So we might be seeing that 4-cylinder engine, and patents prove that there's a 4-cylinder engine running around. If you start playing around, you'll read one where they patented a cam chain or cam timing chain with tensioners on a 4 and or 2-cylinder engine, meaning that we have something out there on this modular platform that may end up with a 4-cylinder. So V4, which is also pretty dang cool to think about. Maybe we'll finally get something cool from Harley Davidson that we can all ride. But this does have me excited and wondering what they're going to do and praying they don't miss the price point. We're talking about ADV bikes here. Their ADV cannot be $26,000. They cannot do Harley Davidson prices. They need to reach down to the prices that we can afford. I mean, you look at a Jixus 750, you have this Street Fighter 975. Okay, this is a 750 motorcycle. Understand, $8,300. Okay, and then you have the Monster, which is $14,000, $15,000, close to that same displacement. Fall in the middle, Harley. Fall in the middle between those two. Make sure the pricing is right on these motorcycles, and you're gonna pull us in because you finally did something that's making me finally start talking positively about you, because the last few months have not been positive. So awesome stuff coming out of Harley Davidson. We're hopefully we get some more things in the future here pretty soon. Pretty sure they did that because we know that Indian is putting the FTR out here pretty soon, and they wanted to steal their thunder a little bit, but it is awesome what they did. We still have their dealers meeting at the end of August, which will see the new models. We'll see some more things, so that way we might have a little bit more piece together what might be happening, because they said that the Pan America is 2020. They didn't say anything about those other modular frames. They said the Pan America 2020. So we might see the beginning part of this modular frame coming up for 19. Or we might not. We don't know yet. We wait for August. We wait till the end. And that way we know for sure what they're coming out with. At any rate, everybody that loves this channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell so you can get notifications every time I make a new video like this, and be part of the discussion. Please comment below. We'd love to talk to you. We love to get back and forth with you guys, but keep it civil. Also, if you want to support this channel, we do have Patreon. Patreon helps us grow by keeping the motorcycles maintained, by allowing us to purchase the equipment and go to the places to do the reviews for you guys, to keep you guys informed, and also help give back to you guys. I want to give away things back to you, give back to this community, and every single one of my tiers has a prize giveaway every month, and the larger prizes will go out every 6. So please take a look at that, support if you like, and if you don't want to do anything monthly, we have the Teespring shirts. I love drawing them, I enjoy selling them, they're pretty cool, check them out as well. At any rate, keep that shiny side up. We'll catch you on the next video.